Going on at the crib, viewers? We are back with another podcast, and we have a special guest with us today. We are here with
What's up, guys? My name's Cam Dez on IG with 4 Z's.
Cam Daz with 4Z's, and then my co-host
Avery. I'm not going to shout out my Instagram.
Okay, so today we might as well get straight into it. The reason why we brought Cam on for this podcast today is because of his e-commerce prow.
Money Man Cam.
Money man Cam, right? College student, but also a Amazon. Is it fair to say business guru? Can I say that? Or
I mean,
what would you
say
title it?
guru if you want. I'm more official than a guru. I guess I actually try to help people for real,
Okay,
making money like that. So
okay.
entrepreneur, yeah.
Entrepreneur. Okay. All right. So I guess let's hop right into it. How did you get started with e-commerce, and can you just give us a little bit background about just the beginnings?
Yeah, so I think a lot of people hear about e-commerce and they'll just hear about drop shipping. They think that's like what e-commerce is completely, and you can make money in drop shipping, and a lot of people do it. I've done in the past, but that's not just all what e-commerce is. And like how I got started is that I've always been trying to start businesses like for years. I've found like failed plenty of times, like a lot of people do, and you know sometimes you want to give up and stuff, and you try different things. Eventually, I was trying to make a certain product. It was actually a weed related product, and I was designing it and stuff, and I found a mentor who had some experience making products and selling stuff on Amazon. And that guy, I ended up partnering with him and starting a wallet company, and that's like he pretty much mentored me into like what the success that I've found today.
Yeah,
So that's how I got into it.
I think I remember that. It was like a detachable, easy to clean bowl piece, right? Something
Yeah,
like that.
and like that product is still pretty good, but it's just like, you know how there's like a stigma around that type of industry, and like it's harder to market in it because of rules and regulations and stuff. And
Yeah.
I found I'm not like away from that completely, but it's not something I'm like pursuing right now because I have a lot of other opportunities. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's funny that in the beginning you mentioned drop shipping. Essentially, like I do some reselling myself. I have been doing that since high school, and I'm sure you're pretty familiar with some of the stuff that I do. Essentially, one of the ways that I got started with Amazon and was when I was in college. I really had no money at the time, so what I would do was I would find a listing on Amazon that was similar to another listing at Walmart. And whenever an order came through, I would fulfill it by going to Walmart, and then whenever an order came through and having them fulfill it. And that's not necessarily a traditional like drop shipping method that people talk about. But what would you say is like a good entry level way to say, okay, if you have little to no money, how could they get started with e-commerce and drop shipping, or something around e-commerce? Not necessarily have to be drop shipping. Let me say rephrase it with that way.
Yeah, so I mean, when you're just getting started, drop shipping is definitely a low cost business model, but it does come down to marketing a lot, and it comes down to your work ethic and how much you know about how to, market and make a good advertisement and all those things. So it can be harder to find success in drop shipping specifically because it's it's very highly competitive, watered down niche. So you have to know what you're doing if you want to make money in it. So a lot of people will try to start off with drop shipping, maybe not do that well, or maybe lose money, maybe break even, whatever. One thing, but it can also build some experience if you try to do it. So it's not always bad to try. I think one up and coming niche right now that you can make a lot of money in is drop servicing. So that's
Okay.
where you could take a service like for say somebody is posting, like they'll edit a picture on Fiverr, you could repost that on Upwork or something and charge more, and then basically facilitate the connection. And to even go even deeper into that, drop servicing, a way of expanding that, it's not exactly drop servicing, but one really popular thing right now is digital marketing agencies. A lot of people are starting those. There's a very high demand. A lot of businesses need services in the digital marketing space. So you can find a way. That's a very low cost business to start up because you can either do the work yourself, for example, building a website for somebody after they pay you. So you're not really investing in it. You're only really just getting your own credentials set up, or you can hire somebody else based off of somebody else's money for those type of digital marketing services like running ads, building websites, stuff like that. And on top of that, I actually have started my own digital marketing agency as well.
Shameless
Nice.
plug. Shameless
I
plug.
don't need, like, I'm not trying to just say that for, to get more clients, but
Yeah.
I say
Clients
that
down below.
because
Link in
I
bio.
say that because I have a lot of experience in like the e-commerce world. So I've experience hiring people. I've built plenty of websites. I've run ads, all that stuff. So I know that I can provide value to a lot of business owners, especially like older ones that don't really know about like the newest technologies, things like that. And I can help people make more money. So if I have that experience, I'm going to offer that to other people and make money at the same time.
Absolutely, it's great business, and on 100%, I would say it helps your marketability. You know what I mean? Not only your business, but your personal marketability, depending upon what industry you decide to work in, or the different businesses that you would like to build out, because you've kind of done that groundwork of getting, putting your hand in, a variety of different, skills, a variety of different industries where you can, or ways you can add value to, new business.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. And so I was kind of just getting started with someone who is looking with the entry level who has no money. But say, for instance, I'm a person who's been working my 9 to 5 and I've been saving up a little bit of money. So I have some savings to allocate towards a business. And I actually want to start a business with my best foot forward, not necessarily coming from no money. Say I'm that person. Would you advise me to maybe get a course and then start, or maybe I should just go out into the real world and practice on my own? Like, what kind of, if I were to say, oh, on Amazon is where I want to start, right? How would I go about that?
I mean, I think when you have money and you're working 9 to 5 and you don't want to start something up on the side, I think that's a really good position to be at, and it's going to give you a lot more freedom to maybe take a little bit more risk or do something in a little bit of a better way. I will say, as a general thing, I think that there's a lot of different ways to make money, and in e-commerce specifically, there's plenty of avenues. Even just on Amazon alone, that's only one channel is Amazon, but within Amazon, you can make money in 5 different ways.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a lot of different things. In terms of like for what I'm an expert in, obviously like my most success has come through Amazon. So like that's where I can give the most guidance.
Well, let's get deep
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah, so just to go like backtrack a little bit. So
Yeah.
like who I am is like I've done about 150K to 200K in sales on my personal Amazon business at this point that I've been running for like less than 2 years. And
I've done about 15 to 20K myself.
yeah,
Just throwing that out
the
there.
past 30 days I've done like 16K, so it's going up a lot. I'm not trying to say that to like flex
Yeah.
on you.
No, literally my first year on Amazon, I did like 10K. So that was over the whole course of the year. But
That's nuts.
yeah.
Yeah, and I've been lucky enough to start hitting like 10K months. I'll probably hit like a 20K month in November, and then like way higher in December too.
Okay.
Like 2023, I expect to hit like easily 20K, 30K months, no problem. Especially as everything.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
But I just say that because
Money
it's, like,
man can.
I just say that just to give like some context on what I do, and like we'll just see how the future goes. I'm really looking forward to it though. I just want more time to pass, so more money just comes to my bank account.
Absolutely.
Things progress. But in terms of like somebody that's looking to start, right? There's a lot of different ways to make money. Where I can advise you is Amazon. So a lot of my friends, like when I post my sales on Amazon, like I do, like every month I'll post them, and a lot of people DM me like, yo, like I've been seeing Amazon, like drop shipping or whatever, like I want to get into this, like how can I do it? And what I say about Amazon is there's a lot to it, but it's not hard to understand.
Yeah.
So that's the point where I'm like, okay, I can't just sit down for hours and hours with every single person that wants to learn from me, because like there's a lot of my friends who do. But I found a way of helping them by making like content and a course that's actionable, that it's like, oh, I can tell somebody you need to do this and this and this and analyze it in this way, the market, choosing your product, telling if a product is profitable. All those things me and my business partner are basically laying out in this course, and that's how people will be like, that's one way that I know that I will help people make a lot of money personally. And on top of that, my business partner, in combination with me, has multiple other Amazon businesses that have done hundreds of K in sales. So it's like together we've done a fuck ton of sales, and
Yeah.
we're making good money. Like the guy I work with, he fully just
Moosey?
lives off of his name is Moose.
Shout out, Moose.
He's a pro MMA fighter. Yeah, he has actually a MMA fight coming on December 2nd.
December 2nd. Maybe our viewers should
First
tune in.
pro fight is.
Hey, yo.
Hey, go to Moosey's IG.
Literally, keep
at
an
the
eye out
crib.
for that Moose fight December 2nd. Shout out Moose.
If you follow me on Instagram, Cam Dez, I will.
Repost it.
Yeah, you'll see when his fight is, and you can watch it if you want. But that guy's a beast. Why I bring him up is because we bring all of our experience into the course that we're making, and that experience is coming from multiple businesses, multiple product launches, everything you need to know to make money on Amazon and have the highest possible chance of success. Going off of all the mistakes we made, if you want that knowledge, you already have some money to start off with. I think it's a great path for a lot of people, and a lot of my friends believe in me. And people they don't have to believe. You can already just see the work that we're doing, the way that we want to help people. I genuinely believe myself that we're going to help people make a lot of money, so I'm excited for that.
We're
awesome.
excited for that. Okay, so we've been kind of dancing around the topic a little bit, and I wanted to make it a little more concrete.
Yeah.
Would you say there's a specific number out there to have like the best kind of start? Obviously, the more money you have to start with,
Yeah.
but like, what is that number? Because we've talked about people who are starting from zero and how they could do drop shipping. We're also talking about people who are starting with money. What is that number? Like
Yeah.
what,
Or at least what would you suggest?
or suggest, what
Yeah.
are those upfront expenses that people are just, certain things you're going to have to pay $50 to start the account. You're going to have to pay for X, Y, and Z. What are those? What's that number? Would you say?
Okay, so what I recommend usually to people is to maybe have around maybe 5K is a good base to give you some breathing room and be able to do, just have make things more chill and not have to grind super, super hard.
Yeah.
Maybe have like a little extra time to hire people and stuff. But if you want to do like the lean version, I'll tell you. So my business that I started with my business partner, we put in $750 each, and we basically have gotten that to just today we did before I came here, we were at $700 in sales today. And
Wow.
so I was
Beautiful.
Wow.
yeah. So, and we've been hitting like $1,000 a day plus recently. So it's like,
I hit 3K last month. Turn me up.
yeah. So it's like, it's really exciting to see that. So like you can start with $1,000 if you have the right idea and the right knowledge. But what I recommend if you really want like the breathing room and just like, depending on how much time you have, I would say it's like an axis, right? Between like how much money you're going to put in and how much time you're going to have to put in. Like the more money that you have.
It's a graph. You can chart
Yeah.
it.
Time you
yeah,
have to-
yeah, exactly.
What is it? Fuck around, find out.
Yeah,
Yeah, find out X,
And
Y
then-
curve.
But also the better ideas and strategies that you have,
The
the
less
less money
money you
you're
need.
going to waste, or the
Right.
faster you're going to make money, the more money that you put in, or with the better strategies. So it's all kind of like a balance.
Yeah.
And then,
So would you say like, if I have a product that maybe my first product didn't work out for X, Y, and Z reasons, but my third product does, you're kind of on the hook for when you start to make it work. So like you could have that 5K and then have that second or third product kind of get some traction and have that take off, and then your money's starting to compound. Or you could have like that 5K or whatever, and now it's like that 10th product that actually is the one that pops off. And so now you've allocated more money to it, but you've had enough saved up so where you could actually make enough mistakes. If you don't have as much money, you have less room to make those mistakes, right? Otherwise, you're going to be starting from zero.
There's two ways to that, what you're saying. I think that is true. Like, you can have the opportunity to fail with something and learn if you have a little bit more money, but if you're inventing 5 or 10 products, nothing's popping off, you're definitely doing something wrong. I mean,
They need to buy the
but
course,
like,
right?
But like, yeah, the course. Literally, like the stuff that we're teaching, it's like you should have a very high chance of being able to release one product and doing well.
It's
Like,
tested.
Yeah.
There's proof.
There's proof.
You have
It's tested.
multiple businesses that are using these strategies and being able to
Okay.
find good numbers coming in, good success based off of these strategies. But in terms of what you're saying of like finding some room to fail, that is one aspect of like maybe something didn't work out the first time and, for whatever reason, right? There's always things in business that there's risk. But that's what the course is for, is for minimizing that as much as possible and giving you the highest chance of success. And something that I believe is a very high chance of success if you follow what we're teaching. But anyway, the reason why I say to have more money is, so yes, you have room to fail, but also there's just more opportunities of things that you can do with more money that you can't do. Like for my first product, which is the wallet, I have one right here. if I can pull it out. But
Let's see it.
so this product
Reveal. Let's go.
this is like the wallet product that we have.
Can we
That's nice.
can we zoom in?
Can we
on
zoom on that? Get a full frame of that. Hold
It's
that up
fire.
to the camera.
I love the logo.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to blur the logo, right? We're not getting paid from these guys yet.
You don't have to buy it.
Sponsorship,
I'm not trying to
sponsorship.
sell wallets right now, but if you want one, oozewallets.com.
Nah, bro, flip the logo. Let them see
Please,
it. Let them
and
see it.
also tell them where they can get it.
Yeah, if you want this wallet for your boyfriend or your dad or whoever, your brother, oozewallets.com, or you can find them on Amazon. Ooze wallets.
Yeah.
There's multiple colors. They're pretty sick.
I'll make
Pretty
sure we have a
sick.
link in the bio. We can link
Absolutely.
some of your products
Absolutely.
in
That
there.
was-
Check it
below.
out.
Yeah, that was one of the first products, but I didn't have to fully design this product, right? I did part of it, but for example,
So
I was able to launch this product with little money. And I've improved it over time and everything. It's way better than the original ones. But there's products like the newest product that I made I have a baby brand as well. It's a different business, but it's in
Different
the same
niche.
business, but it's a different brand. And the newest product that I launched in that costs probably like $5,000 to launch that product.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I would have never been able to do with $1,000 at the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's like having more money gives you more opportunities and more room to fail. It helps, and it can also allow you to have more time. So that's why, like, you can do it with little if you have a good work ethic and you have the right idea and you have the right knowledge.
But understand that with less money, there's less margin for error.
There's less margin for error, and you have to be more careful about the decisions you're making. You have to be backed with the right information, because like you might not know one little thing that could literally just destroy your business or make you lose thousands of dollars that if you did know, it would change everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and you don't want that to happen when you don't have that much money either.
Now, I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit because I feel like you've been giving the basics. You've talked about, getting into this business, and what I mean, from where you started to, obviously being, really successful now in a variety of different businesses. More personally, I want to know what got you into e-commerce and what, just mentally, mindset wise,
Your
what even
background.
put you in a place to get interested in this, to, obviously chase it so vigorously, to make the investments and different things. Like, what does that journey look like for you personally? Where did it start as far as the interest in e-commerce and even just in starting businesses yourself? And then obviously speak about how you, got to where you are now.
Yeah, 100%. So like I mentioned, I have a baby brand. So that's a product that makes products for babies and parents. I don't have a kid. I'm not really that interested in kids specifically. It's like people are like, you have a baby brand? Like, how did you get into that? Like, it comes down to money, obviously, because I think I know I'm making a lot of money off of it, and it's something that I can help people's lives and stuff like that. But when you say about e-commerce, the reason why I'm interested in e-commerce, why I love doing e-commerce, and it's like it doesn't even feel like a job to me, is because, number one, it's passive income or semi-passive income. So I could wake up at 1 p.m. and just see money coming in, and like I don't
That's
have
beautiful.
to show up in an office, even though I do have an office. But you know what I mean? Like I can make money while I sleep. I can have an exponential growth as opposed to like a flat salary or a linear growth. The other reason is because we've talked about this outside of the podcast, but it's like you want freedom in your life. A lot of people are starting to realize that they don't want to be locked down in one location. They want more in life than just having like an all right car, or like they want to be able to go on vacation whenever they want, or I kind of mentioned that twice, but or maybe there's just things in life. I personally, I've been able to have experiences with some very wealthy people. My family isn't that wealthy, but I've been around some people with a lot of money, and life changed. Like, I'm not saying that money is buying you happiness, but it can be a damn good foot in the door.
it puts you on the path to happiness. Yeah. It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff that like I want in life that you just can't have without money, and a lot of it, right? And so I see that e-commerce is a good path to that, and so that's what really put me into it, the freedom aspect.
Yeah.
And yeah, those are some of the main reasons.
Okay.
I'm interested in it.
A follow-up.
Now, not having to work the job as well, because I could literally set up processes that will go like I barely have to do shit for like a long time. Especially with Amazon, you can have stuff set up in a way where it's like I barely have to do anything for a while. Like in the beginning, it's more work, but then after time, it can coast pretty easily.
Much more front loaded.
Like,
Yeah.
because you're doing
Yeah, exactly.
FBA, right?
And that can
Fulfilled
make
by
money for
Amazon.
fucking years. And you don't have to do, like, if you have a good Amazon listing, you can make money on your own invention that will last for years and years. And probably make more
Yeah.
money over time with doing less work.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's a job.
I wanted to interrupt you right
I know
there.
you're going to say something.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Were you about to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah. So again, I was gonna follow it up. So Penn State,
Yeah.
to engineering, to
Yeah,
what type of
computer
engineering?
engineering.
Computer engineering. Now,
This is going right into where I want to go to. So I hope you're saying what I'm thinking, bro.
Okay.
we've spoken about obviously your motivation and the different things that have brought you to this point, and just the value to e-commerce, the passive income, and the freedom.
Yeah.
What happens? You finish school. You're gonna get this degree. Obviously, engineering. It's a great field. Obviously, you can make good money doing that.
Yeah.
Is doing both, you know what I mean? Like, what does that look like for you? Obviously, after you've graduated, and you're gonna have, you know, the opportunity to get into, you know, some computer engineering jobs and
Yeah.
you know those sort of things.
I'll be brutally honest. Like, my Amazon business is going to be paying me based off of like how it's been going. I see that being able to pay me as much as I would make as the engineering job out of college. Therefore, I'm not really interested in it.
Yeah. But I want to talk about that as well.
I also see that it can make way fucking more. So
Yeah,
I'm like,
there's still room
why?
for growth. Yeah,
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
and like some people are like, yeah, you should do both, and I'm like, I started with $1,000, and I'm literally gonna be paying myself as much or more as the engineering job. Imagine if I do that for 2 years.
yeah.
And I just keep grinding out my Amazon business. I'm literally gonna make it like so much further than I would ever. And I like, there's no reason to do that.
Yeah,
And
so-
I don't have to. Also, I suck at waking up early. Like, I like to stay up late, all that stuff. Like, I think I might get fired from the job. I might not show up at the office on time.
Yeah. But I want to stick on this this engineering background that you have, because
Yeah.
one of the things that you actually mentioned is that like, you're not just solely finding these products somewhere else and then slapping your name on it. You actually have an engineering background where you have the ability to actually visualize something and then create it.
Yeah.
Not everyone has that unique skill set. So would you
100%.
say, like, I have to be an engineer of sorts to create a product and be successful on Amazon?
Yeah, definitely not. I have invented like a wireless charger product that took a little bit of engineering. Like the glass product we talked about. The wallets didn't take that much. One of the baby products I have took like some 3D designing and
Yeah.
stuff. Like
'Cause I'm thinking a
but,
lot
like,
of people are not
okay,
going to
so
have
some
that.
of this stuff, like a lot of people don't really know about that, right? But it does come down to like how much grind or hustle you have at the end of the day. But for my business partner, he did not study engineering. Like, he was in engineering and he switched like his major like 4 times. Ended up getting like, I don't even know what his degree is. He doesn't even use it, right? Like, you can make products as long as you have a clear idea of as long as you have a clear idea in your head of what the product is that you want to make. There are people that are ready to help you make your product when you're developing products in China or through your whatever other methods you're using on Fiverr or something else, that either are free or low cost, like that will help you develop products. Or like, for example, like this product, it's not that I had to do any technical engineering work for that.
Okay.
So, and there's also different methods in our course that we're teaching. That's like, I can take one product. For example, my business partner has a product that was designed for basketball players, and it's a product where it helps you flick your wrist, right?
Got it.
And he realized that some people were starting to buy that product that were volleyball players. And then he was able to make a whole new product launch that was all centered around marketing towards volleyball players.
Essentially
and
the same product.
Yeah, it's literally the exact same product, just with a different packaging on it. And strategies like that is like what we're teaching in the course. And it's like, you don't have to be an engineer to just change a thing from basketball to volleyball and start making a ton of money, right?
Yeah.
So like, that is like an example of a strategy that
Yeah.
we're able to show people that maybe you don't have the most technical skills, but we also teach how, and from our experience in like how you can hire people or finesse different ways of getting things made without having all the technical knowledge. Because I don't even have all the technical knowledge to make all the things I want to make. And while like it helps when you have some experience, you don't need to know everything. That's part of like what being a business owner is. It's finding out how you're going to be delegating work, how you're going to be outsourcing work, and how you're going to be managing other people that are working for you. And that's how you build things that are really great.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's I feel like I've heard so many different, really successful people, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, a couple of different people say something to that, Gary Vee, say something to that effect, speaking about being successful in the business is so much less about what you know, but also who you know, and having, the humility, and really honestly just the intelligence to, if I don't know, I'm going to surround myself with people who do know. I'm going to surround myself with people who have the knowledge or have the resources or have, the skills in order for us to make this product successful.
Yeah.
I think I was just having a conversation recently also talking about, again, what percentage does Jeff Bezos own of Amazon? If Jeff Bezos had kept, 100% ownership of Amazon, would it be what it is today? Probably not. Really that, that concept of if I want to go fast, go alone. If I want to go far, go together.
Yeah,
So
I totally agree with that. And I think also relating to both of those things is that a lot of people like try to put themselves in a box and say that they can't do something because it's like, I don't have an engineering degree, or like, I don't know how to do this and that. It's like, you can associate.
Nobody starts off knowing, right?
Yeah, you have to just start doing stuff and figuring it out and partnering with people that can do those things, or hiring people that can do those things and learning along the way, and you're going to find that success. And it's like, you have to believe in yourself a lot. And like all those people like that you mentioned, like Bezos, Musk, guys like that, like they insanely believe in themselves, even if they don't know everything at every step of the way. And that's what's going to propel you towards that success.
Okay. So
no, I was going to say, go ahead, because I want to come back to that, but I want you to make your point.
no, I mean, that was one of my main points that I wanted to hit, was the whole engineering background. Not everyone has that. So if I'm looking at this, I'm just thinking from a viewer perspective. Oh, I'm looking at this guy. He does engineering. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't do that.
I don't
So
have those
how the hell am
skills.
I going to be able to do him?
Absolutely.
They're going to say like, oh, yeah, he has that and I don't have that. But I'm glad you were able to mention like no one starts off having that. So it's like on you, the person, to figure out who you can get in contact with and connect with to figure out how to solve whatever issue that you have.
And even specifically, like when you're making a product and you're working with a manufacturer, those manufacturers have full engineers who it's their job to like work with you as you're buying products from them to help you develop a better product. So I can just like, I have access to just talk to engineers who I don't pay their salary, but I just buy products from their company and they're already doing work for me. So that's like a crazy thing.
That's clutch.
Yeah.
That's great business.
Did you have an
And
additional
like, a lot of people don't even know that you can really do that. So that's like some of the stuff that's like people don't even know it's out there.
It's more about just being in the know. Yeah. So again, to follow that up, I guess it's a personal question. Where do you draw your inspiration from? Is it about the bag? Is it about, you know what I mean? Do you just like creating stuff,
like the
or
freedom and the lifestyle?
Yeah.
I mean, there's like just so many things I want to do in life, but I'll show you on my phone. I just changed my screensaver. You can see.
Yeah.
So
if you can't see it, we'll zoom in. We got the G-Wagon. We got the PJ.
Yeah.
What you know about the PJ with the
Let me have a peek at that,
G-Wagon
Cam,
sitting next to
after
it?
you get the frame.
Yeah, it's a black PJ and a G-Wagon. I don't even want a G-Wagon, but it's just the vibe I'm looking for.
It's the
I
lifestyle.
didn't see it.
It's the lifestyle.
So it's like
Okay.
like I'm not saying this because I deserve it whatsoever, but I have been on multiple private jets, okay? There is a crazy life out there, bro. And I did
Tell
not...
them about it.
Dude,
They don't know,
There is
Cam.
a crazy life out there that you can go and achieve for yourself, and many people have no fucking idea what is possible, and it's just about how determined you are to go get to that. So I will tell you, like, that's the motivation, because I've been around people that are like, they're not even them specifically, or like their dads or whatever are so baller, like they just know what they're doing in business and life, to the point where they've been able to have multiple houses, have like private jets, do all these things. And it's like, if that's possible, why am I going out to the bar 4 nights a week? Like, that shit is not necessary.
Let's talk about it.
As I
There's-
just take my last sip.
Yeah. I think there 100% is like there's such something. So I work in education. We're not going to say what I do, but
Got it.
either way, there is this concept of self-efficacy in education. And that's all about, like, does the kid believe in themselves? Does the kid, you know what I mean, believe that they're able to do this? And all the research, all the data, all of that is literally points to the fact that kids that believe in themselves, and obviously there are a variety of factors that contribute to that, but kids that believe in themselves always perform better in class, on tests, on this, on that. Those are also the kids that, you know what I mean, they have the highest retention rate. Those are the kids that have the highest graduation rate from high school, as well as, you know, the highest percentage of kids. They make up that percentage of kids that does end up going to college, you know, and having a lot of like life success.
Yeah.
And so I think 100% Kevin's been asking you great questions, you know, specifically asking, you know, from the perspective of somebody who may not have your background in engineering or may not have certain experience,
Yeah.
or has money or doesn't have the money.
Right.
Because so many people will watch this and give themselves the excuse. And
Give
I'm
them
going to say that.
exactly.
People might feel some type of way about it, but I'm going to say it. Give themselves the excuse of like, oh, I can't do that. I'm just this.
Yeah,
I'm
Literally.
just
I think
that.
that's
Talk to
some
that one
straight-
mother.
That's some straight cap and
Literally.
bullshit. And also, I personally believe that every single person has so much potential and they have insane things that they can accomplish. It just comes down to if they really want to do it. And like a lot of people don't really want to do it, and that's okay if that's what you're okay with, being complacent in life, or you're happy with where you're at. But if you have a dream of like a certain level or place you want to get
You
to,
aspire for
you
more.
have to just believe in that and just work towards it every day, and that's how you're gonna achieve it.
And why settle? To your point of, if there's a, you know what I mean, if there are people out here living this lifestyle, instead of asking yourself, telling yourself that I can't do this, I can't do that, why not you? Ask yourself that question. Why not me? Oh, okay, such and such has a PJ, such and such has the G-Wagon, or such and such.
They're no different than you. They just have
Exactly.
been around longer and have been doing it longer.
Exactly. And more than anything else,
They
they're
might not
proa-
even be as
they're-
good as you, to be honest.
Exactly. They're proactive about it. To your point, one of my favorite quotes, Jay-Z said, I believe everyone has genius level talent at something. Most people will never spend the time to figure out what it is.
100%. Yeah.
And it's, you know what I mean? It really is one of those things where there are so many people. Again, there's 7 billion people on the planet. I was just having this, you know, conversation with one of our producers, and we were talking about there's 7 billion people on the planet. There's no way that we're all just here to work a 9 to 5, get married, have kids, you know, and just die. Like, there's no reason when you think about the experiences, the different perspectives, the levels of intelligence, all the different things that exist out there. If you're willing, especially in this day and age with social media, with the internet, with all the information,
It's easier than ever.
Exactly.
It's easier than ever.
It's never, you know what I mean? That life that you think is so crazy, that's so inaccessible for you, has literally never been easier to attain.
Aspire.
The information has never been
You
so
really have
accessible.
no excuse.
Exactly.
But
Other
like,
than
there's a lot of stuff trying to distract you and pull you down.
exactly. But you have to, first step really is being able to identify it as a distraction. You know what I'm saying? You think it's your social life. You think this is the girl that you're going to marry. You think that being at the bar in your 20s is what you're supposed to be doing. And that's cool, but also look at the lives of the people who did that all throughout their 20s and see, does it align with that life that you aspire to have? Or does it align with a pretty typical, you know what I'm saying? Like, and there's nothing wrong with that, to your point.
And if you want a typical life, do what everybody
Exactly.
else is doing. Do the average stuff.
And
If you want to have the private jet, you want to do all the crazy stuff, you got to be the guy that's going to be able to go and work at 1 a.m. and do all that
Exactly.
stuff.
If you
Maybe even if you have a better idea, maybe you can get around that a little bit. But you even know guys like Musk. Literally, I just saw him post on Twitter, and he was like, "Oh, the company's more." Somebody else posted a picture. It was like Musk surrounded by like a bunch of like engineers and stuff at 1 a.m. at Twitter, and he's like more alive than it's ever been because everybody's saying Twitter's dying right now. And this
Yeah.
dude literally could be chilling on a yacht with 50 girls,
For the
literally
rest of
doing
his
anything, has generation on generational wealth. Yet he's sitting there grinding still
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, yeah.
crazy.
Like,
and you're
that's what it
and,
takes.
I actually have one of
It takes that sometimes.
and you're
I had-
sitting at the crib playing
Stop
video games.
Yeah, you can't be playing.
This was
video
one of the
games.
launches that I made my background as well. Since we were talking about backgrounds or whatever, but I was like, this was one of the things he posted on Twitter like 3 a.m. or something, and I clipped it, and it's like him doing a launch or whatever, and it's like, I don't know if you want to get on that since we're showing our screens and stuff, but
It really, I guess that's really what I wanted to get at. I wanted to get at the mindset piece.
And on top of the mindset, like you're saying, with people believing in themselves, I think this is a take quote, but I'm not fully sure. But he was saying, have you ever found somebody, one of those insanely successful people that didn't believe in themselves to the utmost ability? Because
They don't
you're not,
exist.
yeah, like you have to believe in yourself all the way. Like that's not even an option. Like you have to just be, everything you say is even self, like brainwashing or whatever you want to call it. Like, I'm not going to say like manifesting this and that, but like you have to just be fully convinced that you're going to do it, because how is it going to happen any other way?
If you don't even believe it, why would anybody
Yeah,
else?
nobody else really cares, to be honest. Like,
Exactly.
you could be a great person. You could literally like destroy your entire life. At the end of the day, everybody's job is to care about themselves and do things for themselves. We have people that we care about, but yourself is your number one priority at the end of the day.
Okay.
No, I fully agree. I fully agree.
So, I had another question for you, right? And I mean, obviously, I have access to you, right? I can hit your phone up and stuff. So
Yeah, people don't know Kevin and I are friends for a long time.
yeah, I was about to say, I've known this man since high school. Literally, actually, Cam Dez is like one of the first people I met at my high school because we rode the bus together. And I literally like remember, I can see it right now, like getting onto the bus on the first day, and he's like, "What's up? I'm Cam." I'm like, ah. But that's like a little sidetrack, whatever. But I just kind of wanted to be a little more selfish here and get to ask you, like, hypothetically, say for example, there's a person out there that's made like 15, 20K on Amazon by doing like reselling. What advice would you give to that person, right, if they wanted to transition more over to actually developing their own product in terms of like first steps, and they actually have some money, they know how Amazon works, they've been on it, they used the FBA, they used the FBN, they know like the basics, but now they're just trying to grow and get better.
Yeah.
Asking for a friend, not talking about myself.
So there's two things I would say to that hypothetical person.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll call him Jevin. But so there's two things I would say. The first thing, this is the lesser work maybe, and maybe the lesser reward. But there's a lot of people that make a lot of money in this either way. So there's, like I said, there's a lot of different ways to make money. The money's out there. It just depends on how hard you're about to grind for it and if you know the right stuff. But the first thing I would say is maybe transition into wholesaling instead of reselling, because wholesaling has a lot of opportunity to just like get your quantity up, get, you know, onto attacking more listings and pushing more product.
Yeah.
Because like you need to do volume if you're reselling, wholesaling, whatever. Like reselling, it's just hard to do that much volume because you have to go in person. Wholesaling, you talk to manufacturers, you're sourcing products that are already popping, you're finding opportunities where maybe it's not stocked as well, or you can offer a cheaper price or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
wholesaling could be a good opportunity for somebody that is already experienced in reselling and Amazon and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's not something that I personally do. But I do know people, like just DM me on Instagram or something if you want to get connected with the guy who starts wholesaling Amazon FBA business. I can link you to that. That's honestly way more expensive than my course and stuff.
Yeah.
But like you don't have to just learn from that one person. But that's just somebody that I know that's balling off of it and stuff.
Yeah. Because if you were to open up my Amazon account and look at my inventory, you're gonna see like at least like 50 to maybe 80, maybe 100 plus listings.
Yeah.
But if we were to open up your account, how many
Maybe like
in your inventory?
10.
5 to 10.
But like with variations. So like in reality, my main products is like 3 products right now. And I'm going to expand that in 2023, but
Okay.
I have other focuses and like everything good takes time, right?
Okay. Fair enough.
Absolutely.
All right.
But yeah, so the first thing I would say to somebody who's already had experience in Amazon, maybe transition to wholesaling, try to learn about that. Because that is a way where you can make a lot of money and you don't even have to invent your own product in that. But it's not something that I'm an expert in or I'm like really teaching. But I do know it's a viable option and it's like a natural progression from reselling. And the second thing about inventing your own products, I mean, like I said, obviously I'm making a course to literally just teach you every step of this. Because,
course loading
a lot
soon.
of people ask me about it.
It's not out yet though,
It's
right?
definitely, it's not out. We've been putting in a lot of work into it, me and my business partner. It's probably going to
Let me ask something for the viewers. I'm about to cut you off for a second.
Yeah, you're good.
Potentially by the time that this video is posted,
It might be ready. I'm
may or
trying
may
to
not
have
be
it ready for Christmas.
So
As a Christmas.
That's a great time.
I was gonna say
That's a great drop time.
stay tuned. Make sure you guys subscribe. If we're posting this video in December, or if you're watching it and it's past December, like say it's like 2023 or whatever,
Yeah.
go to the description and we may have the link already there ready for you.
Updated or something.
But
Updated,
even if
so.
not, even if it's not available, you already have his Instagram.
Yeah.
Follow
tuned.
so you know. Stay tuned for when.
Tell him you came from at the crib too.
Yeah. Maybe we can hook it up like that. Too.
Maybe I'm just asking for
But
our viewers. I'm just looking out for our people. Maybe we could set up like a.
If they tell me that
sorta,
they're from the crib,
yeah, exactly.
I
If they're
can
from the
definitely
crib,
get a.
could we help us
Nice.
out? Something
I
like
can-
a
yeah, I can
percentage
I
cut
can
or.
get a sauce on that.
So if you're an At the Crib viewer and you're watching this podcast right now, I'm gonna talk to my high school friend and try to get it lower for the people who are watching this podcast.
if you come and you want it, there will be a deal. I promise you that.
And you
it'll
say
be
you're
with-
from At the Crib.
You're from At the Crib.
You gotta let them know you're from At the Crib, though.
I'm looking out for you. I didn't have to say, but I'm looking
It
out for you.
depends
Kev
on
just
when you
plugged you.
come.
I'm
though.
putting you on game.
They will. We will be able to have something there.
Beautiful.
We
That's
love that.
beautiful. That's
We
beautiful.
love that.
What? Just to finish off though, you're talking about making your own products. Some advice that I could give. Obviously, I can't explain hours and hours of stuff in one thing right now, but I would say just to try to start finding products that solve problems is a really good place to start.
Wow.
And finding problems that there is no product solution to is a great place to start. And
Solve
then
a
from there,
problem.
You can work off of that.
Okay. Well, to kind of wrap up a little bit, we've talked about people who don't have as much money, some people who do have money, some people who made like 15, 20K in sales, whatever. Let's talk about, to wrap this up, some of the daily habits that someone who is a successful entrepreneur exhibit on their day-to-day type, on a day-to-day type basis.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm like the perfect guy at all because I'm not.
Be real with us,
Working
Cam. Be
towards
real.
stuff. But there's some guys, some men, and I'm sure there's women out there for the women entrepreneurs if you're watching this.
Shout out
but,
all the female entrepreneurs.
I personally just follow men because I'm a man. But
Fair enough.
one guy who's really inspirational his name is Iman Gadzi, and he's a crazy good e-commerce entrepreneur, super legit.
Is he a creator too? Or
Yeah, he's an influencer as well
Okay.
because we're in the influencer economy these days.
Yeah.
And the creators economy. But he's like a hyper successful guy. Literally started making money for his mom. His mom had no money when he was like 16. His dad, I don't know what happened to his dad, but he ended up, now he's 22. So he's like our age, or Kevin and I's age about. And he's made, I think he said that he made $17 million in profit, retained.
Profit or
Yeah,
revenue?
off of digital marketing profit.
Beautiful.
Digital marketing agency. That's why I was bringing that up as well because it's a very prominent field right now. But he retained about $10 million after like tax and other things, I guess. I don't know his inner workings of his business. You'd probably check out his Twitter if you want to really know more. But I've been watching his content, and so one of the things that stuck with me recently that I've really been taking a look at is he made a video called the 3 principles of like what he believes helped him like become a millionaire and stuff. And he says that he believes that these things can help you become a millionaire as well. And he has a lot of content that talks about different ways, like different lifestyles and habits and stuff. But this is just one video that he had. So the 3 principles that he talked about was focus, journaling, and I don't know if I'm going to blank on the third one.
You're good. You're good.
I'll start with focus and maybe the next one will come. Oh, yeah. No, here it is. It was focus, vehicle, and journaling was the 3 things. So focus is just how determined you are for your goal, how much you're going to give into distractions on what you're trying to do. Like your boys are hitting you up. It's Thursday night. They're trying to go to the bar. They're trying to go watch a movie or play video games, whatever. But you're like, fuck it, I'm going to just grind my company right now, or I'm going to message this supplier, or I'm going to hire this person. Because you could just say, oh, I'll get around to that Monday, and then Monday comes and you're tired after work, and
Guys.
all of a sudden you pretty much do nothing in life.
You're speaking to the
It's
guy
about-
right
But
now.
it's about the habit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the habit of having an intense focus. And I'll say that another aspect of that as well is like when you're trying to start a company, you haven't really found success in anything yet. It's really easy to jump around to different things. Like people hear dropshipping, then they hear start a digital marketing agency, and then they're like, oh, go to Amazon. So it's like all this stuff is like kind of floating around, and you're on TikTok and you're seeing this guy makes money off of government contracts and this and that. And you're just like, I don't know what to do. And then you start doing one thing and you're like, oh, I can make this much money on real estate way faster or something.
Oh, wait,
and
I'm
you
gonna
don't know what
switch.
to do. And that's called just being unfocused, right? So one thing that I think about this advice is like, you need to pick something. For me, with people that are associated with me, I can help them when they pick Amazon. In regards to other stuff, I can't. But you have to, whatever it is that you do and you're trying to make money in, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, whatever, anything in life, you have to focus on that intensely if you want to find the success in that. So that's the first principle is focus. It can be applied in many ways. Those are a couple of examples of how focus matters. Second principle that he gives about how to be a millionaire is the vehicle. And that means the vehicle of how you're making money, right? So you could literally you could have the best focus, the best work ethic, whatever. But if you're in the wrong money making vehicle, you're not going to become a millionaire. For example, I could be the best worker at McDonald's, but I'm only making $10 an hour or $8 an hour. Like, I'm not going to become a millionaire off of that. And that's like a really low down example. But there's plenty of businesses where it's like, oh, I'm working hard. It's going all right, but it's not going to get me to like that next level that I'm trying to get to. So, or the potential isn't there. Like, for example, like
there's a ceiling.
Yeah, there's a ceiling. A lot of jobs have a ceiling too. Like, maybe you as like a software engineer, maybe that's a bad example. I don't know. Let me just say for an accountant example. I know you're an accountant right now.
I'm an accountant. I do auditing.
So like maybe at your company, the best auditor ever gets paid $400K a year.
Let's
Something
go for
like
it.
that. You're never going to be making $1 million a year in that vehicle at that company, in that job, or that field. But maybe like in some other way of being an accountant, you could make $1 million a year.
Right.
But in that specific vehicle, you're not. So that's a important thing, is that whatever your goal is, you have to be choosing the right money-making vehicle that's going to be having the potential to get you to that money.
Putting yourself, so aligning, even if you're not where you want to be yet, aligning your choices and, you know what I mean, the things that you're doing that, you know, serve as the vehicle to get you there.
Yeah.
Making sure that, okay, if I want to, you know, go do whatever, again, I'm just doing things that serve that purpose.
Right.
Because ultimately, anything else is essentially holding you back from that.
So to stick with the accounting example, like you're saying, for instance, like, and this is not necessarily like e-commerce related, or it kind of is like business related. Instead of solely focusing on being the best auditor, you need to branch out. Maybe you can still use those skills that you have in auditing and then make videos or something like that where the ceiling is higher.
Or you're doing consulting for e-commerce accounting businesses or something like that. There's so many different ways to do it. I'm just giving random examples, but like maybe that could make you more money. Okay. But it's like you have to make sure that what you're doing has the potential to get you to where you want to go, because it doesn't matter how focused you are at that point.
Because if not, it's essentially a waste.
If I'm really focused on playing COD, I'm not going to become a millionaire.
Playing 2K.
But maybe if I started becoming a streamer and I was really focused on that and I liked COD a lot and then I did it, like maybe I could do it that way. But like if I'm just playing COD, or like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of different little channels that maybe could make a little bit of money, but not really where you want to go.
Not one that's going to get you.
Or no money at all, too.
Yeah.
Like, where is your attention going in reality? A lot of probably bad places.
Where
something we all have to work on.
What did they say? Where attention goes, focus flows, or something to that effect of essentially whatever it is that you give your attention to, that's also what you'll focus on, that, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
let's talk about that third pillar.
The third one is journaling. I just started doing this about 2 weeks ago. I find that it brings you a lot more calmness. And this is something that Iman, I'm name dropping again, but he's like a very prominent figure in e-commerce right now. He really swears by it. He says he did it for years and it propelled him to like the place where he was able to make millions of dollars. And I think daily journaling is really, really good.
It's something about putting your ideas on paper where it's like concrete.
And it's just a place where you can reflect on yourself. Like, you don't even have to just write down ideas every day. Like, some days I'll just write down a to-do list, or some days I'll, like, my one friend says he like writes down a story or something, or I can just write down like what was good about my day, what was bad about my day, what I want to improve on, what kind of relationships I'm having with people. All that stuff just helps clear your mind and just gets you more calm and can actually help with focus. And yeah, so I think I don't need to go into it too much, but journaling I think is a great habit to pick up. It's not hard to do. It takes a couple minutes. Just have a little notebook. I think it's a very thing. If you want to just improve your life in general, I think journaling is good. No shame in it. And then also backtrack onto focus. Like, I don't know if I mentioned this, but like part of the reason I'm really so driven right now is, or just a part of that is that I haven't been drinking alcohol in a long time. Like, I've basically taken almost 50 days without drinking right now. I think it's like 45, 50 days at this point.
That's actually really impressive. Go ahead, speak about it.
I'm just super focused on trying to make, because I am making money and I know how much even my vehicle has so much potential to make me a multimillionaire. So it's like, why am I just delaying that by drinking right now? It's not my time to drink. That's pretty much it.
No, last year, I think I made it to exactly 200 days. And then on the 200th day,
That's impressive.
I drank.
I know the last thing.
And I regretted it.
Yeah, also, like, once you stop drinking, you're like, you don't even want to drink as much.
Yeah.
And then, like, once you do it, it's probably not going to be that good. Unless,
it's
like, I think drinking is fine. Like, I'm never saying I'm not going to drink again, but I want to do it in more of, like, a celebratory aspect.
Absolutely.
It's like once I've achieved something that I really like, it makes it that much better.
Absolutely.
And you're saving money.
Delayed gratification. Listen, there's so many levels to it.
And time.
100%. Like, it really does speak to, one, the focus thing. Two, like, for me, it was not only the focus thing, but also like a lifestyle and a health choice. Like, just realizing, like, realistically, alcohol is disgusting. Number one, like, it doesn't actually taste good. At least to me, I'm not one of those. I've never been like a beer guy or like so it's always like hard alcohol, which is horrible. Mixed drinks are okay.
I mean,
whatever.
it's really bad for you if you want to talk about health wise.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But
Okay.
like,
You're literally tearing your body down for 3 hours of fun.
Something like
what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
You feel like, and even I've gone so far to like have a conversation with somebody, especially like in college, about like the freshman 15, whatever. I'm like, you don't realize like the key to the freshman 15, or the key to, you know what I mean, the way that, college students' body, health, even mentality deteriorates when they get to college is really like their alcohol consumption. Because number one, starts with you're drinking excessively. Then after you drink excessively, then it becomes kills motivation. I don't want to wake up. I don't want to work out. I don't want to do
yeah,
it.
no, it can make you kind of sluggish. And with the working out stuff, like, I've been really into fitness recently, and like,
You're talking to
I've
the
been
fitness
getting-
guru right here.
yeah,
We can talk about e-commerce. This guy's about fitness.
I
yeah.
don't know what he's talking about.
I mean, you work out, so like, you can tell that drinking hinders that a lot.
No,
And,
100%.
like, I've been able to make more gains than ever when I haven't been drinking, and like, it gives you more motivation to go to the gym.
Yeah.
And, like,
Clarity of
yeah.
thought, your body feels better, you make better decisions.
It literally destroys your muscles by drinking. I'm not saying like don't ever drink. Like, that's not what I'm here to say.
I am saying don't ever drink.
There is just like an education part of it where you should at least know what it's doing to your body, how you can combat that, and then like make a good decision about if it's the right time in your life to drink. But it's like so normalized that people pretty much just expect you to drink all the time.
Especially when you're young.
Yeah, like I get asked to drink all the time, and like I've probably said no more than 40 times, or like,
It's the environment, especially
Yeah.
being in college. I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Only imagine. But,
Well, Okay.
because I just care about the bag, bro.
hey,
The bag.
and
The
we
bag.
love that. We love that. Money man Cam, he's got the rest of his life to get drunk. We want to thank you, number
Yes,
one. Thank
yes,
you so
yes.
much for coming and really giving such a great pod, such a great conversation. We really appreciate it. My man dropped several gems, both on the life and the mentality side as well as the business side.
Yeah.
Do you want to give us your socials one more time?
Yeah, if you guys want to hit me up, DM me about anything business, life, I'm always down. If you want to find my course, if you want to just talk about anything, I love like EDM music. I'm into a bunch of different things, but my Instagram is CamDez with 4 Z's, so that's CAMDEZ with 4 Z's, and hit me up on there. You'll see everything you want to see.
Okay. Well, it's been real at the crib, viewers. Again, shout out to Cam for being an awesome guest for today's podcast. And
Course
yeah.
coming soon.
Course coming soon.
Tell them you're from at the crib,
at the crib
and we will catch you all
on
in
the
next
what
video.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for having me.
That was fine.
You like that?